thirsty traveler strikes up a conversation at an odd hour of the day. It's an hour when normal people are not at the well because it's the heat of the day, suggesting that this woman was rejected by her fellow townsfolk and so came to draw water at a time she expected not to have to meet any of them. As a woman, as a Samaritan, as a social reject, she must have been utterly shocked that this Jewish rabbi spoke to her at all. Yet Jesus willingly crosses chasms of gender, ethnicity, and religion. Soon the woman stands laid bare in her isolation and in the twists and turns of her life story. She is known, accepted, embraced in her pain and her deepest thirsts, and offered something, a kind of companionship for which we are all made, yet too often do our best to forget or suppress. She leaves the well transformed, a messenger of good news to others. Not surprisingly, news like this travels fast. Miserable Samaritans everywhere always seem to be the first to get the memo and understand its importance. Surprisingly, Jesus lingers among this poor lot for 2 days. I can hear his disciples murmuring, "This was not in the plan." Even Jesus himself seemed to assume that when he said in a different context to another woman, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But that house, it seems, is getting bigger. The fellowship of human need which Jesus has come to address transcends ethnicity, religion, gender, race, culture, lifestyle. The rich, the powerful, and the righteous will have to join his company there, among the poor, the powerless, and the broken. And at the price of rediscovering their own poverty and putting down their water jars too. Where do we place ourselves today? Among the smug and satisfied, or among the thirsty? A casual observer, I'm afraid, might get the wrong impression of us. Reading the media which permeates our lives now, he or she might get the impression that our thirsts are for creature comforts, plenty of good parties and good sex, for high grades which produce good job offers and the finer things in life, for positions of power and for prestige in the sight of others. Of course, if we're honest, you and I know that there is more, much more, to our lives than that. We thirst on a daily basis, though often quietly and alone. We thirst for families that are whole and at peace. We thirst for relationships of trust and depth. We thirst for peace in our world. We thirst for a society in which there really is justice for all. We thirst to serve others in some small way to make a difference in the world. And if we clear even a few minutes in our frantic schedules, we may even acknowledge a thirst for God, or at least a thirst for some bigger meaning or plan to it all. In a few moments, we will have standing before us here the elect, those moving toward baptism at Easter. Their journey leads the rest of us in our Lenten renewal. They came to us because they are thirsty for something. And they believe that among us they have found something which slakes their thirst. They are visible reminders to us that at rock bottom, our thirst is always for God. As St. Augustine famously prayed, "O God, you have made us for yourself, and our hearts are restless until they rest in you." In the rite of scrutiny, we will pray for them and for ourselves. Protect them from vain reliance on self. Defend them from the power of evil. Free them from the power of deceit. Free them from slavery to their own sin and the sin of the world. Protect them in every danger. Lent comes to us each year to awaken our sluggish hearts, to arouse and address our deepest thirsts, to expose what we've too often settled for, and to offer us our heart's desire in Jesus. Lent is a surprising conversation held at a deep well, interrupting our routine and inviting us to stop, put down our projects and our defenses, and take what one writer calls a long, loving look at the real. It frees us to say, yes, I yearn for something more than a bank account can give me. Yes, I too am broken and long for something to fill the hole in my heart of hearts. Friends, if there is such hope for the woman of Samaria, a fringe member of an outcast tribe, then where might Rabbi Jesus be reaching out to touch me or you with that hope? And do I dare trust it, leave my jar, and follow him?